As Star Wars swept through the consciousness of filmgoers worldwide, Francis Coppola was searching for his next project. He found it in the ashes of the original incarnation of American zoetrope, in a John Milius script developed for George Lucas called Apocalypse Now.
All I had out of this whole catastrophe was the script of Apocalypse Now. George wasn't able to do it, John wasn't able to do it, and I thought, as I typically do, well, if I direct this movie and make it as it's a great script, make it as a war film, it will make a lot of money, and then we'll have a lot of money I can do personal films. That's always been the rationale behind everything we've ever done. So I jumped into making Apocalypse Now, and of course, as could be expected, it seduced me.
Realizing his vision for Apocalypse Now would require enormous sacrifices from Francis Coppola. To fund the film's budget overages, he mortgaged his homes in San Francisco and Napa Valley. During the film's protracted production period, he would push himself to the edge of collapse. He took risks no filmmaker in his right mind would undertake.
You know, one of the great virtues of being young as a filmmaker is that you're stupid, which, you don't realize what some of the issues really are and what it really takes to make a good film or to put the whole thing together. But that's a benefit in that you plunge sort of fearlessly into areas that a more wise person would not.
The resulting film was a landmark in American cinema, proving once again Francis Coppola's ability to take a standard genre and turn it upside down. After enriching the military biography with Patton and reinventing the gangster movie with The Godfather, now Francis Coppola redefined the war film, investing Apocalypse Now with layers of meaning and cinematic artistry no one else had ever imagined.
Who else could have done Apocalypse Now? The passion in Apocalypse is so incredible. It's a film, to me, it's a film of passion on every level.
Tell them to hold that fire! They're just little sticks! They're just trying to scare us! Quiet! You got us in this mess, and now you can't get us out because you don't know where the hell you're going, do ya? Do ya? You son of a bitch, you got! You savage coming, villain! You son of a bitch!
The sheer ambition of the film was remarkable. Coppola sought to transcend the good and evil paradigms endemic to war films, bringing the Vietnam War to the screen in a cinematic tour de force of horror, confusion, beauty, and sensuality.
It was surreal and not a normal war. And Francis, one of his intentions was to capture that craziness of that war.
The scene when they pull up against the little sampan boat, the fear of the Americans on the boat triggers this stupid killing that went on. And I think the truth of that scene, God, that so portrayed what it must be like.
Apocalypse Now is a very different war movie. It's not the kind of war movie that ever came out of Hollywood. I mean, first of all, Vittorio Storaro's photography is so extraordinary, and, visually it's so stunning. I mean, it's a very seductive movie because of its beauty. And the scene in the opening when the napalm explodes, I mean, it's almost like candy. The idea that Francis takes and uses these visual images to seduce you into almost loving war and then dragging you along to where you suddenly realize, how you've been seduced into something that ultimately is really horrible.
To bring the reality of war to life, Coppola and his collaborators developed an entirely new sound system.
The sound format for Apocalypse Now, which was a one-off, there was nothing like it before, is now the standard for motion pictures and for home video, the 5.1 sound format. It had to be carefully designed in order to take advantage of this new environment. And I still have somewhere charts which indicate all of the various three-dimensional parameters of the sound at any one place in the film.
I remember vividly coming out of that movie thinking the sound in that film who did the sound in that movie? It's just unbelievable the way that movie sounds. It's like it's something completely different from anything I've experienced.
Apocalypse Now earned a total of 8 Academy Award nominations, winning 2 Oscars and bringing Francis Coppola his second Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival.